Good afternoon, everybody. Hello? Can you all hear me at the back okay, yes? As well as the front. You're the lucky ones because you can't see me as well as the ones down the front, so apologies to the ones down the front. I've always said I wanted to work for Sky Sports News. Now I know what it feels like, but we'll crack on. So cyber threats in a world that's now going more compliant as well. So trying to do this quite right. The good news is this isn't death by PowerPoint, and also, despite this appearance, I ain't no techie. I much prefer to talk about these things from a real-world point of view. What's the actual benefit of these solutions to you out there in the fleet with your mobile devices? So all businesses need to be ready for everything that comes across to us, cyber threats, GDPR, other compliance issues as well. And you guys do a really, really good job already in protecting your servers, your protocols, your database, and all the good stuff. But ask yourself the following questions. How many of you can guarantee me that your mobile phones out there in fleet have even the most basic protection, such as a PIN or a pattern? And I'll take a show of hands for anybody who know they could do that right now. Because I bet everybody's got at least a PIN or a pattern protection on their own phone in their own pockets right now. Is that fair to say? Yeah? But could you guarantee me that every mobile device that's out there in the field that's doing work for you right now, for your businesses, capturing data, important, sensitive information sometimes, in many cases, is not at least got that minimum amount of protection? Because if it has not got that minimum amount of protection, what have you left yourself open to with what's going on in the world? So just give yourself that little thought for now. And of course, the biggest issue we've got with mobile devices are that they tend to be in the hands of our fellow carbon-based life forms known as our colleagues or our employees. And therefore, bless them, even when they're trying to do the best for us by maybe using other applications they found on the internet or trying to find things like Google Backup and such like, which they think is the right thing to do with their mobile devices, in fact, it's not, because it means you no longer have control on that data. And with those GDPR regulations coming on very, very soon, that gives you a heck of a security risk from a GDPR perspective, and a security risk as well. So humans are still humans, and humans will make those errors. So a little game for you to play. Can everybody give me an idea of spot the difference on here between these two pictures? Okay, have a little think there. No prizes, I'm afraid. What we're trying to get across here is that our gentleman on the right there, looking all very capable in his PPE, and he's got his hard hat and the high vis, and his very nice Samsung tablet in his hand. And on the left here, we've got a very forlorn-looking PC just left out in the street for anybody to walk up to log on to, and start looking at our company data. Well, the fact is, if that tablet in that gentleman's hands is not protected in any given way, then frankly, there is no difference. Because if he loses that in the next 10 minutes, and somebody decides to pick that up somewhere, then you've got immediate access to everything in your computers there and then, but also into your back office infrastructure. That is no different than the picture I've got here. Okay, so a little bit of humour there, but it's a serious point, and it's an important point, because we are using mobile devices, or our customers are, or our suppliers are, more than ever. 60% of business information now flows through a mobile device at some point, even if you're not aware of it. So a good challenge to ask your suppliers and your customers is, what are you doing for my GDPR protection? Yes, but what are you doing for my GDPR protection from a mobility point of view? Because we're going to do something about it. And indeed, your customers, in good time, will now start by asking you to prove to you themselves, when we give you your data and our custom to you, how are you protecting it from a mobility perspective as well, not just from a fixed line perspective. So our workforces are becoming more mobile. Indeed, they will become more mobile over the next coming years than they already were. Unfortunately, I go back 19 years in mobile, I believe it or not. And in the very early days of BlackBerry, people say to me, why do I want my email on the move? We wouldn't even think twice about that now. In fact, we're all doing a lot more than that. We've got processes, we have workflows, we have dispatch data, we have sensitive patient information. Whatever our vertical is, we have important information, critical and speedy information, going through these devices at any given time. Our workforces, our customers, expect us to be productive and flexible in what we do. Your mobile fleets are helping you to deliver that, but how are you protecting that? And that's the most important thing you need to ask yourself today. So, as a result, mobile is the biggest risk, arguably, from a compliance perspective. I've already attended a few events like this in recent months, and it's surprised me, unfortunately, how many people have said, we've covered ourselves completely from a fixed perspective, in the office from GDPR and cybersecurity. We hadn't even given a thought to the notion that our mobile fleet is our now single biggest risk area. So I don't want anybody from this audience here today coming back to ProBrand next year and saying, I'm the one that's had the knock on the door from the ICO because I had a data loss and it was through mobile. Because today we're going to give you an answer to those problems. And those answers are with Samsung Mobile. We do deliver security at a defence-grade level. Samsung does deliver security to over 40 national governments, both local and national governments across the world. In the UK, Samsung has the CESG approvals, and also more globally, it has the FIPS certificate rating and common criteria rating. This is defence-grade security, but for you to be able to tap into with Samsung devices and Samsung solutions, which we can come and talk to you about over on the stand there later on today, or of course thereafter in an event another time as well. So what do we deliver? Well, we've really got the only system, or solution I should say, sorry, which is end-to-end, in the sense that we've got secure data. You may not know it, but Samsung Knox as a solution is built out of the devices from the tin itself. So within these devices, when you unbox them as a consumer or as a business owner, these devices come with a Samsung Knox chip built in, ready to go. Your only opportunity is how we're going to exploit that chipset with the solutions we offer. So it could be simple setup procedures with things like Knox Configure. Knox Configure does what it says on the tin. It will configure your device for you over the air. You do not have to touch it at all, to how you see fit it to be. So it could be your company logo on the home screen and on the lock screen. It could be taking off applications immediately, adding applications. The whole host of solutions there for you to choose immediately. Then you may choose to manage that device with something like Knox Manage. That gives you your in-life management of a device, day in, day out, 24/7. So again, furthering that initial setup, you can wipe the device if it's lost or stolen, just lock it down. You can find the device. Where is my phone? Is it where I think it should be? What's it doing? Do some reporting on the device. What applications are people using? Are they using applications that we don't want them to use? Let's stop that from happening. Do they have applications that you want to send to those devices? Yes, you can do that as well. This is in-life management of a mobile device in a way that you can't do. Right now, you could potentially, as an IT manager, go up to somebody's desktop and fix that problem there and then. What we can do with management solutions like Knox Manage is allow you to be basically teleported straight to that person wherever they are in the road for your company and fix the problem there and then by being able to report into the device, take a look, fix the problem, or do something different how you want the device to behave. Without having to call the device back in, 60% of return mobile devices brought back into a company from the fleet with an apparent problem turns out to be user error only. Therefore, that reduces the efficiencies of your business and affects the relationship you have with your customers when that happens. Again, you can avoid those issues by using something like Knox Manage as well. So this is the one techie slide, I'm afraid. So just to prove some of the points I made already, we've got real-time hardware-based encryption, that's on the device. We have isolation of data. The chipset has something called TEMA, which is a real-time chipset that's always checking the software on the device and vice versa. So if something's detected on the device that the device has been hacked or rooted, it will inform your chosen MDM, if you don't use the Samsung service, that the device is now non-compliant. And you notice along the bottom here, that's a summary of our solutions. So I mentioned Knox Configure already, and how we can do that as a one-touch setup. Knox Workspace is a secure contained area on a Knox device. That gives you a sandboxed environment, wholly secure, fully encrypted, but you can manage this not only through Samsung's managed service, but indeed the vast majority of other mobile device management solutions out there, others are available, can also already work with Knox Workspace, and that is plumbed into their system to give you that sandboxed environment on a Samsung device. Go back to that phrase again. This is defense-grade security available to you and your information on your devices. Something that's coming out very recently is our enterprise firmware over-the-air updates. This, again, will be eventually built into most common MDMs that are out there in the marketplace, or you can take it as a solo service from Samsung. This will actually allow you to control all of the operating system and security patches that the Android system dispatches out to devices. So no more issues with maybe third-party applications crashing because an over-the-air update's happened. You will have full control of those updates, and when they happen, give you a chance to maybe test it on a few devices and then roll out those security patches when you see fit. And the last thing we have is Knox Premium, as it's currently called, soon to be called Knox Manage, which is that day in, day out, in-life management of a device. Okay? I must stress as well, actually, we've been a bit open and honest here, and we accept that there are mixed fleets out there. They're not, unfortunately, 100% Android or Samsung. You do get a mixed fleet with iOS devices, and the Knox Premium Knox Managed service can manage iOS devices as well. So we do allow you to take in control of your entire fleet where needed and make best use of it. So in short, our Knox portfolio is a broad encompassing, so it gives you everything from a full life management of your device, from the initial enrollment to any given MDM, from the initial configuration of a device in terms of its customization, how you want it to look and feel in the hands of your staff, and how you want it to behave as well through using services like Knox Manage. And then if you need to further enhance that with more security options, services such as Knox Workspace with that secure contained area now gives you a device that also in tandem with its software and solutions is an all-encompassing one-stop shop for device, mobility, security, protection and customization. This is solely the only operating system and device manufacturer available to you that gives you that one-stop shop for security and control on the devices. Okay? That's short and brief for me, nice and simple. I'd welcome any questions from the floor now. Come on, there's got to be somebody who wants to throw some at me.
Any questions, guys? Okay.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Darren.
We're over in the corner when you need us.
Thank you.
Thank you.